Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 411. If you're writing a book or thinking about it or trying to finish your book or trying to promote your book or really most everything to do with books, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh, also known as Christine Inc., Christine-Inc.com. Each day I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 18 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that 3 things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn someone who barely considers themselves to be a writer into a published book author. Those 3 things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. The reader writes the final chapter. Junot Diaz. And once again, good morning. Happy Tuesday. And speaking of dates, kind of, June 20th is getting closer. And for those who don't know, June 20th is when I'm launching my memoir, The Power of the Curve. So I hope you stay tuned here for information on that. Or again, pop over to my website and sign up for my list so you don't miss a single beat, Christine-Inc.com. And today I want to share a quick lesson for you that was reinforced for me through the writing of my memoir, The Power of the Curve. And that lesson is readers are super smart. And I mentioned this recently in other contexts too, so let me explain. For me, readers are super smart means as authors, we need to remember to give them credit for being that way. One example of that comes in connecting your stories and your messages, especially those of you writing memoirs, but really everything these days, business books, we're all connecting stories and messages in really all forms of nonfiction because that is how we connect with our readers, by sharing of ourselves. So I learned this lesson specifically through my awesome beta reader, how true this is, that readers are smart and how to connect your stories and your lessons, when she told me just how many lessons that she got from my book, many of which literally hadn't occurred to me. So sure, it was a priority for me all along to weave together stories and lessons, and the book, of course, was architected around doing that, but not really in the traditional, here's what happened to me, and here are your specific takeaways and bullet points and lessons and all that. It was actually it's much more subtle in my book. And like I said, the wonderful surprise was when my beta reader, she was like going on a scavenger hunt, not only found the lessons intentionally woven in, but additional ones as well that applied to her life. And that was pretty awesome. Therefore, for you, when thinking about how you want to deliver the lessons and messages that come from your life stories, don't feel obligated to go the traditional route. For example, like a list of, bulleted points and lessons or takeaways at the end of every single chapter. And to be clear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that format, especially if it suits the style, architecture, and content of your book. For example, if your book is a little on the complicated side content-wise, or if you're delivering a specific learning model or method, and you really do need to make sure the reader gets the information they need to deliver on the reader promise, by all means, put the traditional bulleted, here are, the main takeaways I really, really want to make sure that you get at the end of every chapter. But the message here is I want to make sure that you know that you're absolutely not obligated to go in this direction. The most important part is to tell your stories. Tell your stories with authenticity, with vulnerability, with heart, and from a place of sharing with others. And believe me, whether you try or not, the lessons from your stories, even lessons you never thought of, will come shining through. Thank you for joining me here on your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And if you know someone else who wants to do the same, I would love for you to let them know about this show. You could just send them on over to yourdailywritinghabit.com. Until tomorrow, happy writing.